Hey everybody, welcome to the RR Live Radio Video Podcast. My name is Robert Reames, the host and the producer of the show, and as always, I am here to inform and inspire you and to motivate and educate you so that you can take this information, put it to work in your lives, and share it with your loved ones and your family. Now, today I've got a very, very important guest. He is a member, he is part of my inaugural Robert Reames Live Virtual Weight Loss Challenge group, number one. Mr. Steven Jackson is with us today, and I wanted to have Steven on because so many people, or is so much in the diet industry, is defined by how much weight you can lose in how little a time. And that's not everybody's journey. In fact, that's sometimes not most everybody's journey. But this is Steven's journey today. I want to illustrate and I want to highlight his effort because he came to play. He's lost 46 pounds 8.5 weeks into this 10-week challenge. 46 pounds. Now, Steven has dipped below 300 pounds for the first time in 15 years. Steven Jackson, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I really appreciate you coming on. Your hometown is American Country, California, right?
American Canyon.
American Canyon, California. And Steven and I have been working together, like I said, for 8.5 weeks. He's dropped 46 pounds in 8.5 weeks. He's dipped below 300 for the first time in 15 years. Now, Steven, how does that feel first?
First of all, it feels amazing to just know that I could actually do that and that it could be possible to be done. It's just, just the movements I make and everything now, it's almost like walking on air.
Right. Oh, that's awesome, man. Now, listen, again, I want to highlight Steven's journey because, I've been doing this, I've been the head trainer on Dr. Phil for 19 seasons now. I've directed all of the weight loss challenges. Thousands of pounds have been lost under my guidance. I'm no stranger to monster weight loss. And I want to highlight Steven's story today for that because this is some people's journey. But other people, look, I don't want you to be scared of the diet industry or the weight loss industry because some people, look, they're going to come out. Some people in this challenge and the other challenge groups have come out and just changed their negative momentum into positive momentum. And that's a victory. But Steven, look, he came to play and he was really motivated. Steven, talk about your motivation for the upcoming knee surgeries because that's a big deal for you, I know.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. My heaviest weight, I was at 385, and I got the weight down into the 310s and did it the way the diet industry said to do it. And but I was always starving, and I was always hungry, and it just within a month, I had it at that point. I called the knee doctor to get that surgery, and he put me on a month hold during the holidays, and I had gained 40 pounds back in that month. So
wow,
it's like it came back twice as fast as I took it off. And that's when, I finally, after 8 months, I just gave up on figuring I was never going to get the knee surgery because it just boomeranged back and forth, up and down. I just couldn't do it the right way, or I didn't even know how to do it the right way.
Yep.
So my cousin talked me into calling you and setting up for that challenge, and it's been, heaven sent since then.
And the rest is history, right, Steven?
Exactly. It's funny that you say that because, it's like everyone says they give you numbers. I mean, for my example, is for distance and everything. You can give me every freeway from here to LA or wherever, but if you don't put them in the right order, it doesn't work.
Right.
You don't get there.
Right.
And what you did for me was you put them all in order to where I didn't have the hunger. I wasn't hungry. And, and now it just seems that if I do go off a little bit, it's not far because my body doesn't want that craving anymore of the crappy stuff.
Right. You've completely changed. You're eating what I call hunger suppressing meals now versus hunger driving meals, which is most of what's out there and which is one of the big culprits of 70% of Americans being overweight and obese. Now, Steve, that's a really, really important story because what you illustrated there is classic for the weight loss industry. These fad situations that come out and on, keto, vegan, whatever it is. I mean, people lose a lot of weight really quickly. And metabolism goes down as a result. And weight comes back again with interest. It's a classic story. It's a classic story. And Stephen, you experienced this just recently, but then you came on with what we're doing here with the Robert Reames Live Virtual Weight Loss Challenge Group, and you've changed that around. And your journey has just begun. I mean, you're 8.5 weeks into this. You've lost 46 pounds. You are below 300 again for the first time in 15 years. But your journey's not over, right, Stephen? You want to lose more, and where would you like to be?
I would like to be down to about 275, 270 in that range.
Okay.
I think that'd be a healthy range,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see it stopping. I mean, It might even go beyond that, if because it's just simple now. Right.
And I got to tell you, Stephen. I mean, you're the clear front runner because this is I'm inviting people into this challenge group for the experience of working with me and learning the skill of weight loss, because it is a skill, and this is what the diet industry and the weight loss industry, they don't teach you the skill. They give you everything. It's like I've done segments before where if you're a lawyer or a doctor, and you go to law school or you go to physician school, and you go along and somebody's taking the tests for you. You don't learn anything, and then you get out of you graduate, you become a lawyer, and I want you to do something for me. I want you to do some legal work for me. You don't know how to do it because you didn't you learn it. And that's what the diet industry does. They don't teach you anything. They want you they want you dependent on that, so you keep coming back, and they keep churning out these diets, and you don't really learn anything. So long-term success is just not happening. It doesn't happen. It very rarely happens unless you learn the skill, and this is what I teach. So, Stephen, I want you to talk about one more thing. This is a huge thing metabolically. You had really high blood sugars coming into this, and tell us where your blood sugars are now.
Yeah, when I started, I was in the 180s,
Mm-hmm.
175, and that was taking medication twice a day. And since I've been eating this way and the way you've taught me, my blood sugars are now down in the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
And it has been that way for about 2 weeks now, to where I've actually got to almost call my doctor to find out if I should stop taking the medication or not, because I'm feeling like it's dropping too low, because it just, I'm not eating the junk anymore. I don't, it's weird to explain, but it feels great.
Well, just so everybody knows, I mean, if you know that, like, when somebody is, insulin resistant or diabetic, I mean, we want our blood sugars ultimately between 80 and 120. That's kind of the normal range. Stephen was up in 175, 180. And in 8.5 weeks, 8.5 weeks doing this plan, he's down to 80 and 90. Now, that's on the low end of normal. So probably the next physical you have, Stephen, I'd be very surprised if your doctor doesn't, at least pull you back on the dose of medication or take you off of it altogether.
I agree. I think it's going to be one of those two things.
Yep. So, listen, I just want to reiterate here. The reason I'm having Stephen on is because he's done really well. He came to play. He came mentally ready and motivated and focused because of his sugar issues, because he wants this knee surgery. He did what it takes to get where he is now. His journey is not over. And I don't think it'll ever be over, right, Stephen? I mean, this is a process that kind of, they throw that word, we throw that word lifestyle around, but it really is something that is a process that takes on ebbs and flows for our entire life. Would you agree?
I agree 100%. And the one thing that I just wanted to see, when we started doing this, I wrote in my book that I cheated. And you said, well, since we're not dieting, it's not cheating, it's treating. And that right there just changed my mind to, I wasn't dieting anymore.
Right.
I'm just living healthy and eating the right foods at the right time.
Look, Stephen, that is such an amazing point and a very important one, because I will tell you this, everybody. One day, one meal, 1 week, one vacation, one stressful event in your life will never define you. It will never define you. What will define you in terms of your health and your wellness and your attempt and your focus and your journey on weight management is your commitment, your long-term commitment. Commitment's the magic bullet. That's what everybody's looking for. I've been saying that for years. That's the bullet that everybody's looking for. Unless you have commitment, unless you have that focus, and unless you have a plan that works for you, that you can learn how to do and execute it, you will never have long-term success. I think Stephen's going to have long-term success, and I'll let you be the judge of that, but you listen to what he says. this interview is very, very important because, again, some people's journeys are that monster weight loss in a short amount of time. But what's more important, and what Stephen is illustrating here, is he's in it for the long haul. What he has lost with our program, with my program in this challenge group, he's going to keep it off, and he's got the goods and the tools to do it. Stephen, quick, just kind of motivational thing. Folks are struggling out there. You give them some advice. What advice do you have for those folks that are struggling and like they say they're not ready, but like when are you going to be ready? You got to jump in, right, Stephen?
Yeah, you just make the call or join the program or talk to you. You're wide open. It's just unbelievable the way you actually care for my health, which was never been done before. But it's not even hard. It's a simple thing. It's something that I wish I'd have done 15 years ago and I could have done. But now that I know it, it's well worth what I have to go through to get where I'm going, to get this knee surgery, to take this weight off, and it's just amazing. Yeah.
Well, Stephen, look, you got a lot of great life ahead of you, man, and I really appreciate you coming on and telling your story and talking about this. You've really championed what this is all about. You've championed what true weight loss and thus weight management is, and folks need to hear this. If you want information on this, I am not hard to get a hold of. Hit me up on Facebook, direct message me on my Instagram. I'll get you the information. These challenge groups are going on right now. And look, this is an opportunity. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing these, but I'm doing them now, and I really love it, and I've got more coming up. I've got two of them coming up this next month. So get a hold of me. Stephen, thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. And as always, achieve personal best. That's all anybody could ask of you. And acknowledge all progress. That means you didn't move backwards, and show up. You show up, something cool. Yeah, you show up, something cool always happens. You don't show up, nothing happens, and today you showed up. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks, Stephen Jackson, for coming on today.
Thanks, sir.